This is the GIS News for Wednesday, November 6, 2024. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, group of Latin American and Caribbean countries, GRULAC, to take a unified stance against plastic pollution, and fourth high-level advocacy forum on statistics concludes in Belize. We'll have the details of these stories and more when we return. Welcome back. Member states of the group of Latin American and Caribbean countries, GRULAC, are taking a resolute stance against plastic pollution. Representatives from GRULAC are currently in Grenada for a 4-day strategic session as they prepare for the upcoming 5th session of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee on Plastic Pollution. The Inc. 5 meeting, scheduled for November 25th to December 1st in Busan, Republic of Korea, will mark a significant step towards the development of an international legally binding agreement focused on reducing plastic pollution, particularly within marine environments. Scientific data indicate that over 372 tons of plastic waste go uncollected each year in the Caribbean, and plastic levels in the region far exceed the global average. Her Excellency Safia Sawney, Special Advisor to Honorable Karine James and the Government of Grenada, is among Grenada's key representatives in these negotiations. Ambassador Sawney underscores the urgent global scale of the plastic pollution crisis.
2,014 litter items per kilometer of plastic litter is found in our region compared to 573 litter items per kilometer globally. 70 to 85% comprises plastic. In 2020, 3.7 million tons of plastic pollution entered the ocean from countries within Latin America and the Caribbean region. Packaging materials and single-use items account for 40% of this global plastic production, the majority of which is disposed of in landfills or the open environment. It is estimated that up to 13 million tons of plastics end up in the world's oceans annually. In 2021, the WWF showed that marine plastic pollution can generate significant economic costs in the form of gross domestic product reductions, estimated at up to US $7 billion globally for 2018 alone. As a result of our inability to deal with plastic waste, due to inadequate resources, weak regulatory policies, and ineffective garbage collection and disposal measures, Latin American and Caribbean countries are particularly affected by pollution. The low-income nature of our region, rising tourism, and the roughly 40 million people lacking access to essential waste collection services make our region one of the most vulnerable to plastic pollution.
This rapidly escalating plastic crisis, projected to triple by 2060, is driving GRULAC countries to adopt a united and strategic approach as they head to the Inc. 5 in the Republic of Korea. Ambassador Sawney says the preparatory meetings this week will arm GRULAC members with essential insights to strengthen their negotiation positions.
Global small islands comprise a fifth of the membership of the United Nations, and we negotiate as an alliance because of our shared circumstance. As we commit to the process of Busan preparation this week, I implore us all to consider how best we can deliver an ambitious treaty that leaves no developing country, no island behind.
Like other small island developing states, Grenada faces unique challenges in plastic waste management, including overcrowded landfills, limited recycling capacity, and resource constraints that hinder effective action. Nevertheless, Grenada has been proactive, says Aria St. Louis, head of the Environmental Division in the Ministry of Climate Resilience, the Environment, and Renewable Energy.
We have completed assessments on plastic materials flows and waste characterization that have allowed us to identify plastic leakage hotspots across key sectors of tourism, fisheries, and waste management. We have completed policy and economic impact analyses, including exploring the feasibility of a deposit return scheme and updating policy and legislation to institutionalize importation and consumer use bans of unnecessary, avoidable, and problematic single-use plastic items. We have advanced the development of an old multi-purpose recycling facility to progress recycling of PET bottles and improve the environmentally sound disposal of non-recyclable plastics. However, This is only a start. In order to truly end plastic pollution, as United Nations Environment Assembly Resolution 514 has mandated, small islands like the tri-island state of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique need global plastic treaty that delivers solutions across the entire life cycle of plastic.
Focusing on marine pollution, Mrs. St. Louis highlights the grave risk of plastics entering the food chain as micro and nanoplastics contaminate waterways.
Micro and nanoplastics are ubiquitous, occurring in larvae of a commercially exploited fish species here in Grenada and ending up, particularly if you're a fish lover like myself and Minister, in our bodies. Grenada fully supports efforts, therefore, towards a global treaty to end plastic pollution, emphasizing the importance of multilateral collaboration. As a nation heavily reliant on our coastal and marine ecosystems, we urge all stakeholders to prioritize the issue of plastic pollution and uphold the global commitment, UNEA 514, to prepare a treaty to tackle this scourge across the entire life cycle of plastics.
Participants at the 4th High-Level Advocacy Forum on Statistics, which took place in Belize this week, have been urged to use the meeting to further strengthen national statistical systems through enhanced collaboration. The high-level meeting was guided by the theme Strengthening Statistics through the Regional Strategy for the Development of Statistics for a Resilient Caribbean Community. Honorable Lennox Andrews, who represented Grenada virtually on behalf of CARICOM Chairman Honorable Deacon Mitchell, said the theme was apt as we approach the midterm of the Regional Strategy for the Development of Statistics. He added that the CARICOM Regional Strategy for the Development of Statistics was born out of the recommendation for a regional approach to statistics development, which came from this very forum.
50 years later, we can proudly say that this committee has grown stronger and more united and has lived up to fulfilling its mandate to foster increased recognition of the importance of adequate statistics services to the countries of the region. The hosting of 4 high-level advocacy forums on statistics, the endorsement and the implementation of the CARICOM Regional Strategy for the Development of Statistics and the Action Plan for Statistics in CARICOM, as well as the development of regional public good practices inter alia, are a testament to the fulfillment of this mandate. Notwithstanding the progress made in widening the scope and coverage of statistical data collection and improving the quality, comparability, and timeliness of statistics produced, we are aware that the Standing Committee of Caribbean Statisticians remain challenged, grappling with limited and in some cases declining resources which are exacerbated by the increasing demand for statistics.
Director General of the General Statistical Institute of Belize, Diana Castillo, pointed out that the meeting was taking place at a time of major milestones, including the 50th anniversary of the Standing Committee of Caribbean Statisticians and the 6th anniversary of the endorsement of the Regional Strategy for the Development of Statistics.
It provides a unique opportunity to bring together an array of high-level government officials from across the region, representatives of various international agencies, regional experts, and heads of national statistical offices, with a view to strengthening the partnerships that are among the most critical to the development of statistics in our region. More importantly, however, the relationships that we are seeking to build and revitalize in this forum are key to ensuring that the power of data is effectively harnessed to guide decisions that will bring about meaningful enhancement to the quality of life for all our people. The value of these relationships and their potential for driving positive change is especially pronounced within our present context, in which resources are scarce, but there is no scarcity of issues that require urgent intervention, especially among the most vulnerable among our populations. For our national statistical offices, this means that we are faced with an ever-increasing demand for timely data, even in the face of our own financial and human constraints. We at the SIB know these challenges all too well. but we also know how much we can advance the work of statistics in our country in collaboration with our development partners.
CARICOM's Deputy Secretary General, Dr. Armstrong Alexis, said 2024 is very symbolic for statistics in CARICOM because the Standing Committee of Caribbean Statisticians celebrates its Golden Jubilee. He pointed out that shortly after the birth of CARICOM, the region's founding forefathers saw the importance of statistics to the region.
The Caribbean community, from its inception in 1973, recognized the importance of adequate statistical services in achieving its goals and aspirations. The SCCS, which is the Standing Committee on Caribbean Statisticians, was established in 1974 within the framework of the Treaty of Chaguaramas and in accordance with Resolution number 54744 of the fourth meeting of the Common Market Council of Ministers. The inaugural meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government endorsed the establishment of the SCCS in accordance with the resolution of the Caribbean Market Council of Ministers. This endorsement exhibited the immense foresight of our forefathers, our founding fathers rather, in the recognition of the need to make available harmonized statistics and of the importance of statistics to decision-making across the community. The objectives of the SCCS, as given by the Council in 1974, were to, inter alia, foster increased recognition of the importance of adequate statistical services to the countries of our region, widen the scope and the coverage of statistical data collection, and improve the quality, comparability, and timeliness of statistics that are produced. The many achievements.
Dr. Terry Ann Gilbert Roberts, Research Manager at the Commonwealth Secretariat, urged those in attendance to reignite the commitment to building evidence that will drive the CARICOM vision of an integrated, inclusive, and resilient society driven by knowledge, excellence, innovation, and productivity.
Without data, we cannot assess our progress or remain accountable. So, this year of statistics creates a fantastic and special opportunity to increase stakeholder awareness of the value of using statistics to advance positive development outcomes for the Caribbean people. The Commonwealth understands firsthand the value of statistics and continues to champion data-driven decision-making. During the Commonwealth Year of Youth, which coincides with the Year of Statistics, we released an update to a powerful tool for data advocacy and policy advocacy. I refer, of course, to the 2023 Global Youth Development Index, computed with internationally available statistics, which allows us to monitor progress on youth development in 183 countries, including 10 CARICOM countries. It is particularly gratifying that the 2023 YDI highlights the progress of small states. Globally, Singapore has retained its spot as the top country on overall youth development, while the average score of CARICOM countries has improved steadily over the last 12 years. And we have Barbados, St. Lucia, and you'll be happy to hear Prime Minister Belize featuring among the top countries on various indicators, which we celebrate. I'm pleased to report that in the last week, the Commonwealth and the CARICOM Secretariats have partnered to convene meetings of senior officials in Departments of Youth Affairs and Departments of Statistics to discuss the potential of computing a CARICOM Youth Development Index that will better capture the nuances of Caribbean development and will prioritize the indicators aligned to the goals of the CARICOM Youth Development Action Plan, while also upholding the principles of the regional strategy for the development of statistics.
We take our first break. The GIS News returns after these messages.
Well, at this time of the year, we do expect rainfall events, because we will be affected by systems such as tropical wave passing through. We will have the presence of the ITCZ in our area, and we might even have tropical cyclones, whether they're depression or storm. Okay? So what we would expect is we will have big rain events. Okay? No matter how dry or wet the season is, we are going to have big rain events. So therefore it is important for every household to have some bit of water stored, because these big rain events normally put us pressure on the water system. For example, we have landslides that we take away pipes. We might have heavy rainfall that would block the dams and so forth, and so your regular supply will be interrupted. So it is so important for every household to have the recommended 3 days storage of potable water in the household for such eventualities.
Tourism is me, tourism is you, tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business, tourism is your business, tourism is our business. Listen one and all, tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
And the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Welcome back. Strengthening the family structure, that is the focus of the Youth Resilience, Inclusion and Empowerment Program launched on Tuesday by USAID and the Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs at the Mount Horn Community Center. The program represents a collective effort to uplift and empower families, strengthen bonds, and improve family resiliency. USAID Youth Resilience, Inclusion and Empowerment Program Chief of Party is Ms. Phillips Feely. She says this aspect of the program focuses on strengthening families.
This partnership represents our shared priority for ensuring that the youth, parents, and families of Grenada have the opportunities and support needed to reach their potential. Our commitment to evidence-based programming that benefits Grenadian youth, families, and communities, and our shared interest in leveraging each other's unique strengths towards a more promising future. The USAID YRE program is dedicated to strengthening community and family systems across Grenada, improving learning outcomes of vulnerable youth, enhancing youth and young adults for the workforce, preparedness for the workforce, and strengthening the critical government social services that serve youth and their families. We support youth, families, communities, and youth-serving practitioners through activities like our vulnerability and trauma-informed care case management training, IGNITE, our World of Work Preparedness and Life Skills program, our comprehensive project management training and practicum for upskilling youth workers, our youth-led hurricane barrel support distribution activity, and our forthcoming school-based mentorship program, which will work with 100 students who have the potential to thrive but need a little extra nurturing from 5 different secondary schools in Grenada. Today is a welcome to the partners and participants of this program. Through 14 weeks of comprehensive support provided by in-group sessions and at-group coaching, at-home coaching, parents and trained coaches and counselors will co-create effective strategies for supporting youth who are facing today's most critical challenges, as well as learn how to take care of themselves. Parents taking care of themselves is such an undiscussed topic, but it's so important, so that they can be the parents and individuals they want to be. Through sessions focused on positive discipline, emotional well-being, and communication, families will develop skills in stress management and learn how to create the safe, supportive home environments our children need to recharge and grow into resilient, curious, creative, and productive members of our communities.
Principal Officer, United States Embassy in Grenada, Ms. Frances Herrera, says the launch further solidifies the important partnership the U.S. government plays in investing in the foundation of communities and its families.
This initiative aligns with our partners' commitment to invest in youth, families, and communities as an essential part of building a safe, resilient, and thriving Grenada. The partners, USAID, the Ministry of Social and Community Development, other government and non-government partners, and the residents of Mount Horn and Grand Anse have seen the challenges communities face and have designed an activity that is tailored to their culture and is responsive to the needs of residents. This partnership is at the heart of USAID's intent worldwide to have local partners in communities and in government be front and center when plans are made and programs are executed on the ground. Through local leadership, we see U.S. development support have the biggest impact on local lives. We've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. I'm pleased that the villages of Mount Horn and Grenada have been clear that parents will not have to do this alone, but will receive crucial support in groups and individually at their homes in areas such as practical parenting, emotional well-being, conflict resolution, positive discipline, and other important skills. I want to urge all the partners involved to remain committed to their vision and at every step. Maintain your cohesive structure to ensure that youth have a safe and important environment to grow and thrive. I'm extremely pleased that the U.S. government can be your trusted partner in this work. My appreciation to the partners for collaborating on this initiative to meet parents where they are, to give them the resources and support they need to feel empowered and better equipped to fulfill their roles.
Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Northwest, Honorable Delma Thomas, in whose constituency the program was launched, says parents have a role to raise their children as mothers and as fathers. One's present situation, she says, does not have to be their final destination.
This program is aimed at providing parents with the necessary skills, aimed at being better mothers, better role models for your children. Because as parents, we must be the first role model for our children. That's the first place of socialization. And so as mothers, we have to be examples. As fathers, we have to be examples to our children. And so I am aware that within the village, there are many parents who, teenage parents you could say, or young parents, and there's no manual that taught us to be parents. And being a teenage mother is not a crime. Because I'm standing here as your minister. I had my first son when I was 19. Sometimes we get ourselves involved in parenting early with no manual telling us how to take care of our children. But the truth is, your present situation does not have to be your final destination as it relates to parenting. And I believe that you have a good initiative here aimed at assisting and providing you with the necessary skills that will help you to take care of your children. I say to you, come to all the sessions, ask all the necessary questions, but also look for the support. I say to the organizers and the ministry, it shouldn't be a one-off. It should be ongoing. Because parenting, you can't learn everything in one given session. And so there must be follow-up to ensure that we get the desired results that we want.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Mrs. Naomi Jeremiah, says the importance of building strong, resilient families and safe communities is one of the main focuses of the ministry's mandate.
We at the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Gender Affairs understands that strong families contribute to a well-rounded and developed society. As a result, we continue to build programs and create policies targeting families, contributing to families' social, emotional, and financial well-being. We also believe that strong families give birth to a safe and secure environment, a safe place not for just us, but for everyone to live, to learn about who they are and what they want to become, great leaders they are destined to be. Thus, we are here to ensure the success of this program to guide our parents.
The keynote speaker at the launch was Dale Neptune, community parenting activist who has been a parenting facilitator for the past 16 years.
If the family is not good, the community is not good. If the family is failing, the community is failing. If the family is not good, the church is failing. If the family is not good, we find those results in the schools, in the classrooms. And so while we are empowering our children, you know, all programs are children, the parents are not getting empowered of how to manage. Parenting is not just where the facilitator comes, because me being a parenting facilitator, you get into people's lives, you get into them, you get to know them. And then you realize, they said the house needs fixing, one of the children is ill, they having problem at school. And so as a facilitator, when we get in, there is a whole callaloo. Y'all know callaloo, eh? This callaloo have okra and coconut. Is a whole set of things. You know, like we used to say coconut war up, a whole set of mix-up things in there. Sometimes domestic violence is added on. And so we have to do a lot of referrals as well. The police have to get involved. Social development. PS, we have to call you. This person need a house. We on minister back because we need this or that or the other. And so even for the facilitator, once you have that passion, trust me, you get involved.
The launch of the program marked a significant step within the Mount Horn community in helping to shape, mold, and empower families. Honorable Karen James, the Minister for Climate Resilience, the Environment and Renewable Energy of Grenada, has called on the international community to harness the transformative power of solar energy to support the sustainable development of nations worldwide. Minister James made this appeal during her feature address on Tuesday at the high-level conference on new technologies for clean energy transition in New Delhi, India. She focused on small island developing states like Grenada, which she says can create an environmentally friendly world.
For small island developing states, the energy transition is not only a path to decarbonization, but a matter of survival and resilience in the face of relentless climate impacts. Solar energy is a key enabler in pursuing a low-carbon, climate-resilient future. However, realizing this vision requires navigating significant barriers and designing context-specific, technically robust strategies grounded in the lived realities of small islands like Grenada.
Minister James highlighted the Caribbean's vulnerability to the escalating impacts of climate change, particularly the region's heightened exposure to extreme weather events, and spoke about Grenada's interventions.
In the Caribbean, where extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe, there is a critical need for multi-hazard management within our energy systems. Our infrastructures must be climate resilient and adaptable to economic fluctuations and environmental hazards. We need roadmaps that reflect not only our renewable energy ambitions, but also our realities of vulnerability to hurricanes and other climate impacts. Strategic planning and roadmap assessments tailored for SIDS are, of course, essential for this journey. In Grenada as well, we have taken steps to advance solar deployment from community-based initiatives to national-scale projects. However, each project underscores our challenges: navigating high upfront costs, securing land in our limited geography, and ensuring our systems are resilient to hurricanes and other climate-induced disasters. Through our small-scale independent power producer program, we have enabled smaller entities to produce and supply renewable energy to the grid, allowing local businesses to contribute directly to our clean energy landscape. Additionally, we intend to roll out a Solar for All initiative that will seek to bring rooftop solar systems to low-income households, making clean energy accessible to the most vulnerable.
The Climate Resilience Minister also acknowledged a significant challenge for SIDS, financing, and called for more robust financial support.
Projects like these, ladies and gentlemen, represent SID's next frontier of resilience, a future where solar-driven microgrids provide stable, clean power even when central grid is compromised. However, these systems, as you would agree, are expensive, and without concessional financing or blended funding, they remain out of reach for many small islands. This high-level session is more than an opportunity to discuss solar energy. It is a call to action for equitable support, strategic planning, and innovative financing. Solar energy has the potential to transform SID's economies, lift communities out of energy poverty, and build resilience against climate impacts. However, realizing this potential requires overcoming challenges often overlooking global energy discussions. We need financing models tailored to the realities of small island developing states. Models that reduce capital costs, facilitate infrastructure upgrades, and especially so, de-risk investment in renewable energy.
We take our second break. The GIS News will return after these messages.
Dear youths, I am Cameron Sincere, your National Youth Parliamentary candidate for St. Andrews Southwest. As your representative, I will fight for you, the vibrant youth of our constituency, to ensure that you get the opportunities you deserve, the respect you've earned, and the equal treatment you demand. I am committed to ensuring that every youth has a fair shot to success. My mission is to empower and uplift all youth, especially the poor and vulnerable among us, to ensure that youths not only have opportunities, but have a voice in the decisions that affect their lives. It is time that youth representation goes beyond mere visibility. We must be heard and we must be given a seat at the decision-making table. Together, we can create an environment, a constituency where every youth can thrive and where every youth can succeed. As we stand on the brink of change, opportunities, empowerment, and development, I am optimistic and excited, for I am reminded that when youths unite, there is simply nothing we cannot do when we do it together. This is our moment, and together we will own it.
In St. Andrews Southwest, our youth are the future. However, we face many a challenge, namely youth unemployment and a lack of opportunities. My name is Zadie Barry, and I am your youth parliamentary candidate for St. Andrews Southwest. We need more career counseling, more job readiness programs, and more skills training. Once we provide our youth with the skills that we need to thrive, we can all achieve our dreams. As your representative, I will advocate for more diverse scholarships, more skills training, job mentorship, career counseling, and more. Together, we can create our pathways to success one step at a time. Vote for me, unlocking potential today for a brighter future tomorrow.
JFK once said, "It's not what your country can do for you, but it's what you can do for your country." Hi, my name is Emerson Callis. I'm the Youth Parliament Representative Candidate for St. Andrews Northeast. As a Youth Parliament Representative Candidate, I'll represent the interests of all of us as youths in sports, agriculture, entrepreneurship, and low employment among us as youths. Remember, there is no I in team. However, there is us in must. In other words, to foster community development, we must come together. We must work together to let our voices be heard and echoed in the very halls of Parliament. We must register to vote for your favorite candidates. With such an army as our youths, rightly trained, may not only further community development and growth, but will foster in a prosperous tomorrow. After all, the youths of today are the future leaders of tomorrow. So, invest in us now for a brighter tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Carriacou Maras, your candidate for St. Andrews Northeast in the upcoming national youth elections. My campaign is an investment in the future of young people. I am on a mission to create supportive environments for young persons to flourish, where you can realize that your dreams are more than just dreams, but they are just an opportunity waiting to be explored. Youth of St. Andrews Northeast, you are innovators. You are change makers. I am committed to finding resources for those of you who want to start your own businesses. For those of you who want to pursue a dream job, it is essential for you to know that you can be more than just job seekers. You can be job creators. Youths of St. Andrews Northeast, you are change makers. You are innovators. Whether your dream is to be your own boss or whether you have a dream job, I'll support you. I'm committed to finding resources to ensure that you realize your dream, your potential. Another cause close to my heart is the prevention of abuse of children. Every child deserves the right to live without the fear of harm and danger. So I will fight for you, I will advocate for you, and I will connect you with the support that you need. I am running in this national youth elections because I have a passion and a love for uplifting young persons. So when you vote on December 5th, you are voting for creating opportunities to build your dreams. I want you to remember that a vote for me is a vote for you.
St. Andrew, your voice matters.
Your youth leaders are calling on you to be a part of history.
You will have an opportunity to decide who would represent St. Andrew at the National Youth Election.
This year, the National Youth Parliamentarians will be given the opportunity to make a more meaningful impact in nation building.
Hello,
Welcome back. The Office of Consumer Affairs hosted a consumer protection workshop under the theme Compliance Matters, Aligning Your Business with Consumer Protection Standards. Wednesday's workshop brought together suppliers throughout the island to discuss their duties and compliance with the Consumer Protection Act of 2018 and the Price of Goods Act. The Consumer Affairs Office is responsible for the protection of consumer rights and ensures fair, transparent business practices for the benefit of all. Marilyn Hosford-Williams, Director of Consumer Affairs, spoke to the stakeholders at the workshop, encouraging them to exercise good business practices that boost their legitimacy and reputation.
We want to ensure that all goods and services meet national safety and quality standards, that your products must be free from defects that could harm the consumers. And of course, the benefit of that, you would have fewer complaints, your customers would be happy, fewer product returns and liability issues. Accurate product information is one of the other key points that we want to touch on. All your product descriptions, advertisements, labels must be truthful and clear. There should not be any doubt in the customer's mind as to what it is. And we want you to avoid misleading claims about price. I heard pricing. Avoid misleading claims about your pricing, the quality, and the functionality of the products that you sell. Again, the benefit, you build trust and you reduce legal risk that are related to false advertising.
The office encourages stakeholders and suppliers to utilize its services.
We want to build that relationship with our stakeholders. We want to encourage you to reach out to us as we reach out to you. We can come to your business. We can do presentations like these to different departments. So we want to establish that relationship for advice and support as we navigate through the law. Use the resources that are available to you for complaint resolutions and compliance checks.
A consultation with stakeholders from the Rural Development Unit was held as part of discussions regarding a successor program to the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program, which is set to conclude in March 2025. This new initiative, funded by the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, and supported by the Food and Agriculture Organization, aims to create transformative impacts for farmers, fisherfolk, the environment, and the people of Grenada. The program, named RIPE's Resilient Integration Program Promoting Environmental Sustainability, will operate from 2025 to 2030, focusing on agriculture and food systems with a total budget of US $15 million. Dr. Stephen Fletcher, Program Manager of SIAP, elaborates on the core objectives of the RIPE's program.
This program will seek to build on what the Climate Smart Agricultural Enterprise Program have been doing, which seeks to reduce poverty, especially in rural communities. It seeks to increase agricultural production and output. It seeks to improve the quality of life of farmers and fisherfolks. What we are embarking upon is a successor program that builds on the successes or build on the experience of SIAP. I'll say build on the experience because in building for the future, we will take all aspects, the range of things that happen from 2018 to 2024, and we will sift it through. We will dovetail into it. We'll become very granular, very micro on it, and we will use those experiences to shape future programs.
The program aims to directly benefit 8,000 individuals, including 3,200 women, comprising smallholder farmers, food system stakeholders in targeted areas, staff from national government institutions, and members of the general public. It places special emphasis on small-scale farmers and other vulnerable groups, including women and youth. Implementation will take place in St. Mark, St. Patrick, and St. Andrew, as well as in Carriacou and Petite Martinique. In addition, the program will include interventions focused on the cocoa value chain, along with activities aimed at institutional strengthening and knowledge management. FAO economist Jean Rizolfoulos, one of the facilitators of the recent consultation, discussed the three main outcomes of the program.
So, on one hand, we want to focus on landscapes and have
climate-resilient agricultural landscape with improved management of environmental resources and climate-proof infrastructure. So there, it's mostly the adaptation fund. However, the GEF will complement with focusing on agricultural, agroforestry landscape related to cocoa, right? So again, this cocoa focus. So we have two subcomponents in this component. As you will see, one is financed by Adaptation Fund and one will be financed by the GEF. The second outcome is more related to households. So having vulnerable rural households and agri-food value chain stakeholders have greater capacity to adapt to climate change and to cope with adverse climate shocks. And so there, again, there will be mostly Adaptation Fund resources. And it's about, you know, continuing what SIPE has been doing in terms of, for instance, vocational skills training, entrepreneurial training, farmer field schools, training farmers on climate-smart agricultural practices.
The third component focuses on climate-resilient institutions and a risk management framework with a budget of US $2.6 million. Some of the participants in the consultation included representatives from the Ministries of Climate Resilience, Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and Economic Development and Planning. We take our final break. More news when we return.
Hello, my name is Tariq Miller, Youth Parliament candidate for St. David. With my dedication for youth advocacy, empowerment, and development, I am committed to raising your voices, breaking barriers, and ensuring that your future, no, your present is realized. As Obama once said, your voice can change the world, and I intend to use mine for you. Youths, we are the architects of our destiny. We are the now.
Hello everyone, I am Antonia Coutain and I am your Youth Parliament candidate for the parish of St. David's. My slogan, I care, is more than just a motto. It is my commitment to you. I promise to commit to your every need, to advocate on your behalf, to respect every opinion, and to serve you with excellence. So, if you are between the age of 16 and 35 and you reside in the St. David's area, you can reach me on 410-2020 so we can have a conversation about how we can bring St. David's to a higher level. Again, I care, our slogan for this year. To register, go to www.youthtelections.gd to complete a very simple registration form.
Remember, registration ends November 22nd. Register today. Your vote counts. Be a part of history as the first national youth elections on December 5th.
Hi everyone, I am Kale Cyrus, Youth Parliamentarian candidate for St. Mark and National Youth Ambassador for Grenada. Youths, the time is right now. We are the next generation, and let us prepare for those that comes after us. I invite you, come along this journey with me. Vote for me, Kale Cyrus, the one that will help you, the one that will hold your hand, the one that will ensure that every youth are included. We are the next generation. Together with you, we will ensure that every youth achieve higher education, much more community involvement, and most of all, employment opportunities.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiwana Scott, your Youth Parliament candidate for the vibrant and resilient constituency of St. Mark. My campaign under the slogan, Youth on Fire, Ready to Inspire, is not just about representation, it's about action. I am honored to stand here before you, driven with a vision to create a lasting change that empowers and uplifts our youths. I, Tiwana Scott, will work tirelessly to implement initiatives that focuses on mental health awareness, skill building, and more opportunities for our young people to showcase their talents and abilities. Whether through sports, creative events, or practical workshop, my goal is to impact and equip the next generation to lead, to contribute, and and to strive. Together we can build a brighter future so that the youth's voices will not only be heard, but also empowered to make a real impact. Let's take action now for a brighter tomorrow. And remember, vote for me, Tiwana Scott, for the vibrant and resilient constituency of St. Mark. Youth on fire, ready to inspire.
Hi, my name is Akim Philip, and I'm the youth parliamentary candidate for the parish known as Sunset City, St. Mark. I am passionate about development in my community, and I believe with your support, we can make a positive impact in St. Mark. Some of my focus would be on sports development, leadership development opportunities, financial management, youth and agriculture programs, entrepreneurship, and skills development opportunities for young persons. As young persons, we need to be a part of our country's democracy and development. Make your voices be heard. Together, we can make a difference.
Register today.
Visit www.youthelections.gd.
And get ready to vote on December 5th.
For the candidate you want to represent you at the National Youth Parliament.
Welcome back. The preliminary rounds for the 2024 Festival of the Arts Division of Youth are currently in full swing and will continue throughout November 8th. Chief Cultural Officer in the Division of Youth, Kelvin Jacob, provided some details into the next step. The Division of Culture under the Ministry of Tourism and the Creative Economy is the host of the Phase 2 of the Grenada Festival of the Arts from September to December 2024. Festival of the Arts features the talent of schools and community groups in the areas of dance, poetry, spoken word, art, and more.
Right, so right now we've started the preliminary stage of the competition. We started on the 28th of October. So the preliminary started on the 20th of October and it's going to go up until the 8th of November. All right, after the preliminaries, we're going to go straight into the finals. We're not going to have a semi-final, obviously, because the registration was a little bit low. So we're going to go straight into the finals, which will be on the 25th of November. Well, it runs from the 25th to the 6th of December. That would be the finals. And then we have our winners concert on the 12th of December. Thursday, the 12th of December, all our winners from the finals, we will have a big concert. And that would be a free concert this year. All right, so we are encouraging all of the public to come out and support these kids in this final concert, or the winners in concert as we call it.
Jacob spoke of the judges' criteria.
So basically the judges are looking for performance in terms of the different categories. So they're looking for vocal quality in terms of singing, in terms of the skills, in terms of the pan, dance, etc., drama. They're looking for them in the skill set that they have in those areas that would take them on to the final round. What they are getting in the preliminary round, they're getting pointers as to how they can sharpen their skills for the finals. So the judges, when they give them a score, they give them a review at the end. They give them pointers where they will tell them, well, where you should improve, what you did well, what you didn't do well, etc.
Singing.
Right. So the final round, they look at score. So you have to get a score like about 70 and over, yeah, to really make it into the final. So the students who would be, or the groups who would be making a score of 70 and above, those are the ones that would advance into the final. Okay. Yeah.
Jacob says the participation this year has been low. However, the division looks forward to a better turnout for the next festival held in 2026.
This year, the registration, the participation was a little bit low, and we think we've identified the reason why. One of the things that we are going to do definitely next year, we are going to have a consultation to make sure that we get everyone on board again for Arts Festival, because we know Arts Festival has been away for a while, and bringing it back, we need to reorient people of what Arts Festival is all about. So all of our stakeholders and so on, bring them together next year, please God, in a consultation to let us look at the product again and package it better for the next year, which will be 2026, when the Arts Festival will come around again, because Arts Festival is every 2 years.
Okay, great. And finally, one of the longest established bonfire night traditions is the burning of effigies of Guy Fawkes in the community of Monkmorris. This practice has been extended to include the burning of effigies of some political figures and other categories that individuals so desire to recreate. On Tuesday evening, the community and visitors gathered on the compound of the Monkmorris playing field for this annual tradition. As many as 7 effigies were positioned for viewing earlier in the day before they were all lit around 8 p.m. One of the frequent visitors to the community, Arthur Hostin, spoke of the importance of upkeeping traditions and keeping the young ones in the know.
No, this is wonderful for the community because out of the tradition, your identity will be revealed, and it's historical, and I hope that kids will also research about who is Guy Fawkes and what he did and how he happened. But just keeping the tradition alive in the community is important because just like we do All Saints, we do Christmas, we do a lot of things that of the past, our young people need to know. Things we celebrate and things that we observe as a people and where we came from. So I'm happy to see it happening here. Why I do more is that the young people are involved in building the effigies so that we know that it is secure, that in the next 20, 30 years, the new generation will continue to do it. Well, I am but only privy to Monjalu up until 2 years ago when I started coming here. I always went to Monjalu. And so for me, it's a community event. To me in Monjalu, it's really a commercial event and guys just more get together and make noise in the area. Here, you see the community coming together to build the effigies. You see the community come together and burn it. And so the family remains together. The essence of a community is seen in the burning of Guy Fawkes. And again, I'm hoping that people do their research and know where he came from. We may not agree with what happened, but Guy Fawkes, as a rebellious person, would have been a model to some, although he was hung in the end. But no, it's something that we should use to bring the community together.
Once the burning was complete, marshmallows were roasted for the children in the community. Guy Fawkes was an English conspirator in the 17th century gunpowder plot, an unsuccessful plan to blow up Westminster Palace with King James I and Parliament inside. He joined in this plot in retaliation for James's increased persecution of Roman Catholics. This brings us to the end of the GIS News for Wednesday, November 6, 2024. I am Chris Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.